every bad thing they have done to you. If you've encountered a narcissist, you're familiar with the considerable challenges they pose. These individuals possess a cunning ability to manipulate and coerce others into fulfilling their every whim. However, fear not, as there are ways to make them regret every hurtful act they've inflicted upon you. It may not be as daunting as you imagine, but it undoubtedly requires some strategic preparation. So, without further ado, here are 10 powerful methods to make a narcissist genuinely regret their actions. First and foremost, seize the opportunity to live your best life free from their toxic presence. To evoke genuine remorse in a narcissist for their actions, begin by embracing a life that flourishes independently of their influence. Surround yourself with individuals who truly care about you, acknowledging your humanity and encouraging your personal growth. Acknowledge that you are the protagonist of your own journey, not a mere side character in their misguided narrative. Release any lingering guilt and immerse yourself in activities that nourish your soul. Embark on adventures with friends, immerse yourself in nature, indulge in movies that captivate your imagination. Embrace the reality that you deserve much more than what they could ever offer: happiness, fulfillment, and freedom. Take a deep breath and allow this realization to guide you towards living your best life, free from the shadow they cast over you. Secondly, aim to surpass them in character. Narcissists often present a facade of kindness and empathy while harboring manipulative, self-centered, and heartless intentions. Their relentless pursuit of goals may involve causing pain to others. If your objective is to make them regret their actions, strive to outshine them in every conceivable way. Tap into your inner strength, rise above their toxic behavior, and exemplify kindness, empathy, and genuine concern for others consistently. By embodying these qualities, you diminish the power they seek, exposing their true insignificance. Remember, perfection may be elusive, but focus on the growth and wisdom gained through the experience. The third crucial tip is to assert yourself without hesitation. When aiming to make a narcissist regret their actions, standing up for yourself is paramount. Narcissists thrive on dominance and control, so resisting their tyranny prompts them to reassess their behavior. Be wary of their manipulative tactics, which aim to paint you as the problem and them as the helpless victim. Stay vigilant and resist falling into their deceptive web. If someone consistently belittles you or subjects you to ridicule, it's time for change. Refuse to tolerate poor treatment simply because they struggle to find others willing to endure their reprehensible actions. Loyalty and friendship are undeserved by those who lack respect and kindness. The fourth cardinal rule involves projecting self-assurance and independence. To genuinely make a narcissist regret their actions, maintaining unshakable belief in yourself and your capabilities is crucial. With unwavering confidence, it becomes challenging for others to undermine you or cast doubt on your worth. This doesn't entail arrogance. Instead, it means that attempts to belittle you will crumble before reaching your core. Their futile efforts will lead them to remorse for the harm they have caused. Furthermore, developing self-sufficiency and refusing to depend on others for validation or happiness is imperative. Narcissists employ deceptive tactics to convince you that you need them, but in reality, you are a self-contained entity capable of finding fulfillment and joy without their manipulative presence. The fifth key tip revolves around self-care. Your journey has involved enduring lies, infidelity, and manipulations. It's natural to feel hurt and angry, but it's crucial not to let negative emotions consume you. Prioritizing self-care is an essential step in instilling regret within a narcissist for their actions. Maintaining a positive outlook, despite the mistreatment inflicted by a narcissist, can be challenging but feasible. Taking care of yourself is paramount. This includes nourishing your body with wholesome nutrition, engaging in regular exercise, and ensuring adequate rest. Treat yourself to indulgent activities like massages or serene walks in nature. Surround yourself with loved ones who offer unwavering support and genuinely care about your well-being. By immersing yourself in activities that bring you pure joy and foster your physical and mental health, the manipulation attempts of narcissists become increasingly futile. Placing your needs at the forefront and nurturing your well-being allows you to break free from their control and reclaim your power. Now, let's explore the sixth strategy. Cease apologizing to a narcissist. Masters of manipulation, narcissists excel at inducing guilt and convincing you that you are at fault. If you've ever apologized to a narcissist, you know their ability to twist your words and distort reality, causing you to doubt your worth. It's crucial to understand that narcissists are not the victims here. They are the ones causing harm and should be held accountable for their actions. Resist the urge to apologize or provide explanations when they attempt to make you feel inadequate. Apologizing for actions that don't warrant reproach or failing to assert yourself in the face of abuse relinquishes control over your own life, allowing them to maintain their dominance. Moving on to number 7, embrace silence and ignore their existence. The most potent weapon to make a narcissist regret their actions towards you is to give them the silent treatment and completely disregard their presence. If you find their company unbearable, distance yourself. Invest time in nurturing your own needs and building stronger bonds with supportive friends and loving family. Surrounding yourself with uplifting and inspiring individuals is crucial while avoiding those who bring negativity. As the narcissist realizes your unresponsiveness to their antics, their thoughts may dwell on the mistakes they've made and the loneliness they now face without you. This psychological turmoil may prompt a plea for your forgiveness sooner than anticipated. 8th on the list. Cultivate unyielding strength and focus to elicit remorse from a narcissist. Preserving emotional resilience is paramount, especially when their actions evoke anger or sadness. Displaying vulnerability to a narcissist provides them with ammunition for further harm. Instead, channel your energy into pursuits that spark joy and personal development. Despite the narcissist's craving for power and control, resist granting them these desires. Redirect your attention away from their toxic influence, concentrating solely on crafting a life that authentically reflects your essence. Now, on to the 9th strategy. Refrain from offering flattery and compliments, exposing their flaws and missteps. Flattery bolsters the narcissist's self-assurance and validates their behavior. To instigate remorse in their conscience, deny them what they crave. Avoid amplifying their ego with compliments. Instead, accentuate their weaknesses and mistakes. This unsettling reality will breed insecurity, making their presence around you uncomfortable. Should they persist in manipulative tactics, stand firm in your resolve. Break free from their control by refusing to let their influence shape your self-perception. Finally, the 10th strategy. Resist their demands and defy their expectations. Narcissists thrive on manipulation and control, exerting relentless pressure to shape you according to their whims. In situations where a narcissist attempts to corner you, and their unrelenting pursuit allows no room for refusal, stand tall and unwavering. Refuse to be coerced into submission. Maintain your firm stance, denying them the power to dominate your choices. If you discover yourself ensnared in a situation where someone persistently demands something you cannot provide, handle it gracefully by politely and firmly expressing your disinterest. Maintain your resolve in the decision, resisting the temptation to yield to their pleas. Establishing healthy boundaries is an act of self-care that benefits both parties involved. Clearly communicate these boundaries, emphasizing their significance to your personal growth and well-being. If the other person persists in disregarding your boundaries, it is entirely acceptable to conclude the conversation and distance yourself from the situation. You are not obligated to justify or explain your decision. By standing steadfast in your refusal to comply with their demands and expectations, you wield the power to make them reconsider their harmful behavior. Remember, no one should endure abuse or mistreatment, and when faced with such circumstances, it is vital to hold on to hope and seek healthier alternatives. By embracing these empowering strategies, you empower yourself to elicit remorse from a narcissist for their actions towards you. Take control of your life and prioritize your well-being above all else. Resist their re-entry into your life to prevent further harm. If you found this information valuable, we would greatly appreciate your comments below and encourage you to consider subscribing to our channel, as it significantly aids us in delivering valuable content. Don't do this if the narcissist is suddenly nice to you, because it could make you suffer even more. When it becomes necessary for you to distance yourself from the narcissist or terminate the relationship altogether, a sudden transformation occurs. They adopt a facade or present a different persona. They portray themselves as kind and loving, going to great lengths to exhibit their improved side. They might express a readiness to attend therapy and pledge to make necessary changes to become a better person. This scenario applies to any narcissist, whether it's a partner, friend, or even a parent. If they sense that you are on the brink of leaving and you are their primary source of validation, they will take extreme measures to keep you within their grasp. This may involve suppressing their desire for control and punishment, aiming to retain influence over you until they feel they have regained power, subjecting you to further abuse and perpetuating the cycle once again. Welcome to another video. In this episode, we will explore moments when a narcissist seems to love you the most and discuss how to navigate such situations. I will also delve into the mindset you should adopt in response to these circumstances. If this topic piques your interest, I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already, as your subscription helps raise awareness about narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic relationships often progress through 3 stages: idealization, devaluation, and discard, commonly known as love bombing, devaluation, and discard. During the love bombing phase, various dynamics unfold. The narcissist constructs an illusion, drawing you in, and gradually starts to devalue you, withdrawing the attention they once showered upon you. Ignored and subjected to altered behavior, you experience a shift in their treatment. Finally, the discard phase occurs, and the specific way it unfolds can vary. While I won't delve into the specifics here, it is crucial to understand the repetitive cycle of idealization and devaluation and its impact on your mindset. I will also provide strategies for coping with this cycle if you find yourself trapped within it. Surprisingly, the narcissist is more dependent on you than you are on them. They operate like parasites, devoid of emotional depth or genuine connections, resembling lifeless bodies without authentic emotions and spirituality. Their interaction with the world mirrors that of a zombie. Hopefully, this analogy resonates with you. They depend on you for emotional sustenance, feeding off your emotions to feel alive and sustain their existence. If you cut off the supply of these emotions, they will wither away. However, breaking free from the grip of narcissists proves to be a challenging task, especially if you are their primary source of support and they heavily depend on you. To them, you are an extension of themselves, and they live vicariously through you. You embody what they aspire to be, but cannot achieve independently. Thus, your presence carries immense significance in their lives. Essentially, when you decide to leave, and they realize the gravity of your intention, when you start distancing yourself, they undergo a transformation, adopting the persona of the person you always wished them to be. They modify their behavior, pretending to be a better version of themselves to keep you in their lives. They make grand promises and might even engage in therapy. This charade can persist for months or, in rare cases, extend to years. During therapy sessions, their progress may seem limited. They might subtly shift the focus onto you or manipulate the situation by involving the therapist, especially if the therapist lacks experience in recognizing these tactics. Frequently, they assume a passive role, creating the illusion of change, but it is short-lived. Ultimately, they revert to their familiar patterns because that is inherently who they are. While projecting an image of profound affection, they offer comforting words and act as the available support you have longed for. However, by stepping back and objectively assessing their actions, you come to realize that these efforts are mere mechanisms to keep you ensnared. Genuine emotional connection is absent from their actions, driven solely by selfish motives. Their endeavors are not genuine attempts for your benefit, rather, they serve their own needs. Unfortunately, many survivors of narcissistic abuse fall victim to these staged gestures, hoping that everything will miraculously align and the person they envisioned will reappear. This cycle perpetuates trauma, reinforcing the bond and amplifying the internal struggle known as cognitive dissonance. One part of you recognizes the monstrous nature of this person and urges your escape, but they relentlessly manipulate and ensnare you, fostering a sense of attachment. Consequently, you become trapped. When you manage to break free from their clutches and witness their true monstrous nature once again, it exacerbates the turmoil within you. You oscillate between moments of respite and overwhelming despair. The residual self-doubt entangled with cognitive dissonance corrodes your being, hindering your progress and making it arduous to take further action. If you currently find yourself entangled in this situation, I advise taking a step back and engaging in a thorough examination of the motives behind their actions. Reflect on potential underlying factors that might be at play and meticulously analyze the patterns you've observed in the relationship. Pose challenging questions to yourself, such as, do I detect a recurring pattern of them alternating between kindness and mistreatment? Scrutinize how you can ascertain that this time signifies a genuine change, that they sincerely desire transformation after years of exhibiting monstrous behavior. Unusual behavior raises doubts about their sincerity, creating a challenge in placing trust in their words. Set aside dedicated time for journaling and profound reflection as you grapple with these challenging questions. Utilize your rational thinking to resist being swayed by their promises, even in the face of prolonged deprivation of affection. Acknowledge that your brain may exaggerate their gestures, and breaking free from narcissistic abuse involves gaining clarity through continuous introspection. Consistently question and analyze the situation until you reach a clear state of mind, soul, and heart. To summarize, when a narcissist seemingly showered you with maximum love, it is not genuine affection, but a tactic to ensnare and keep you as their source of validation. You have the power to resist falling for their strategies. Dive deep into questioning. Seek support from a trusted friend or therapist who understands your situation, and base your decisions on the insights you uncover. That concludes today's episode. I trust you have found it enlightening and beneficial. If so, please consider sharing it with others who may also find value in it. Until our next episode, let the healing journey commence and persist.